I was literally enjoying dinner and I started receiving a download from the angels. So what you need to know right now is that there is something so different about your energy. There's something so, it is such a dramatic shift in your energy that you are going to be unrecognizable to people of your past. Like even physically, your physical attributes are going to change because of what you have done or because of what has just unfolded in your life. I'm literally seeing a doorway being opened to you, and this doorway did not exist before. I swear to God, it was not there for you. Like you could not see it. It literally did not exist. You called this in. You called this in. And this doorway that's being opened to you, that's literally being presented to you, only you can see it. And you're looking around and no one else can see this door. And it's like everyone's moving down this dark tunnel, right? Everyone's searching for their light, searching for their way out. And you see this tunnel and you're looking around and you're like, why is no one like, do you see this? And someone looks at you and they're asking you if you're crazy. They're like, what are you talking about? And so very, very, very quickly, like it takes that one experience for you to realize that no one else can see this door. And so it dawns on you that this door is for you, that this pathway is for you, that this opportunity that is being presented to you is strictly for you. There's a hummingbird outside of my window right now. That's such a freaking good omen. So this could have to do with love. Hummingbirds, very strong symbolism of love. Also very strong symbolism of rebirth. Also very strong symbolism of the need to move. Like you are a being who actually is in more stillness when you are in physical movement. It's like you are going to have peace in this next season of your life when you are doing more. But it's more of what you love. What is more of what is most natural to you. And so as you step up and out of this door, which by the way, no one notices that you are stepping up to this door. No one notices that you are walking through this portal that is being presented to you. And you just kind of peek in, you peek around. But the thing is that you can't see anything. You cannot see anything that is beyond this door until you walk fully through this door. Until you are fully committed to this leap of faith. What you can see in this doorway is golden aura energy. So this could resonate with you. Golden aura energy. You might even be noticing the color gold more. Physically touching gold. Like you are going to physically have something so powerful in your hand, which is why I think this dramatic shift is coming through. You're going to physically have the rewards that exist on the other side of this doorway. Physically be able to see in your life the abundance that is being presented to you through this doorway. And I'm being shown the image. I know this is connected to love because right now I'm being shown the image of you looking to the side, like looking to the side, and you make eye contact with someone who is also being presented this doorway. And it's a divine counterpart who is also being presented this doorway. And you make eye contact, and it's like you just know that both of you are stepping through this doorway. And it's a fall. On the other side of this doorway, it's a fall. You're literally falling through time and space is what it looks like and what it feels like. Like literally, and you're just looking up in it, and it's just stars and it's just space, and it's like you are in awe of what is happening around you as you fall. And without even trying, like in the most natural way you could possibly imagine, I see your wings spreading out, and you look to your left and you look to your right and you see your wings, and you think to yourself, okay, I can do this. One breath at a time, your wings begin to move with you. You begin to exercise, you begin to practice, and it is just so natural to you. It is so natural to you. Maybe this is your sign to also move your body so that you can feel this energy moving through you. And it's like, it's not even this dramatic, like, oh, right before you hit the ground, you start to fly. No, it's such a long fall. It's almost as if you are just in this in-between space, this in-between worlds, this time and space in between worlds. And you're using your wings. You're learning how to use your wings. And as you connect to this energy, as you connect to this spiritual energy of your angel wings, so earth angel could resonate with you as well, you begin to fly. And you begin to stop and you begin to look around and you begin to realize that there are so many different universes for you to choose from. There are so many others like you. There are so many others who are discovering their wings, and your divine counterpart, as they discover theirs, it's just so much eye contact between you and this divine counterpart. You are able to dance, you are able to move, you are able to make decisions together. But most importantly, it just feels like there's no rush. There's no rush to make a decision. It's like time is yours. Your life feels like it's yours. For once in your life, it feels like your fate, your destiny is in your hands. And there's just such a calming energy around that. Such a peaceful energy that fills you, that empowers you. And from there, you can go anywhere. It's almost as if you are unlocking divine freedom, which I've never heard those two words put together in a channel of mine. Divine freedom. And what that means, it's unlimited resources. It's unlimited energy. It's unlimited love, unlimited finances, unlimited, it's like unlimited expansion of your mind, but not in a way where it's just like, oh my God, I have to learn more. I have to grow. Like I have to break out of this. No, there's no pressure. There's no hustle to this. There's no hustle to this path. It's just pure bliss. It's just pure choice and alignment. Dear soul, if these words have stirred something deep inside your heart, don't let this moment pass you by. This may be more than just another video. It may be the reminder heaven knew you needed today. Right now, place your hand over your heart and boldly declare, I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is working behind the scenes for me. My love is protected, my future is secure, and my story is far from over. Say it again, and then say it one more time. Keep speaking these words until your heart believes what heaven has already declared about you. Let them become your strength when fear whispers, your hope when the waiting feels long, and your peace when nothing around you makes sense. Never forget this. God's silence is never his absence. Even now, he is arranging people, opening doors, healing what was broken, and preparing blessings that are greater than anything you could imagine. If this message touched your soul, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. Somewhere, someone is carrying a burden they haven't told anyone about. Someone is on the verge of giving up, wondering if God still sees them. Your share could become the answer to the prayer they've been crying out in secret. One click could remind another soul that they are seen, loved, and never alone. And if you feel God placing it on your heart to help us continue sharing these faith-filled messages with people around the world, you can support this ministry through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or any amount you feel led to give, every gift becomes part of something much bigger than us. It helps these messages of hope, healing, and God's unfailing love reach hearts that desperately need them. From the deepest place in my heart, thank you for standing with this mission. I pray that God blesses you beyond anything you could ask or imagine. Open doors no one can shut. answer the prayers you've whispered through tears, and pour out His favor over every area of your life. Together, we are building more than a community. We are building a family of faith, united by love, strengthened by hope, and committed to sharing God's light with a world that desperately needs it. The moment they saw you, something ancient in them recognized you. There are meetings that feel ordinary from the outside and extraordinary from the inside. From the outside, they look like any other encounter. Two people in the same space at the same time, a conversation beginning, a glance exchanged, a moment that would not stand out in any objective retelling of events. Nothing dramatic. Nothing that would make a compelling story to share with other people. But from the inside, from the interior of the person who was standing across from you in that moment, something happened that had no adequate external expression. Something shifted, settled, recognized. The word this person would reach for, if they were brave enough to say it out loud, is divine. Not in the religious sense necessarily, but in the deeper sense. The sense of something that exceeds ordinary explanation. The sense of an encounter that felt arranged rather than accidental. The sense of calm that descended the moment they registered your presence, as though some part of them that had been bracing against the world finally, involuntarily, exhaled. They felt peace. Specifically, unexpectedly, in a way they were not prepared for, peace. And underneath the peace, something electric. Something alive and pulling, and unlike anything they had experienced in any previous encounter with any previous person. They have not been able to explain it to themselves since. But they have not stopped trying. A fire that has never burned before. This person has lived a life. They have had relationships, encounters, connections of varying depth and duration. They are not naive. They know what attraction feels like, what chemistry feels like, what the beginning of something promising feels like. They have felt those things before with other people. But this, what they feel for you, is categorically different, and the difference is not subtle. It is the difference between a candle and a wildfire. Between the comfortable warmth of something familiar and the disorienting, breathtaking heat of something genuinely unprecedented. They have felt warmth before. What they feel for you is not warmth. It is something that changes the temperature of the entire room. Something they feel in the chest and the gut and the part of the mind that runs beneath conscious thought, that operates on instinct and recognition before logic gets a chance to intervene. They have never in their entire life felt so certain so quickly that a person mattered, that a connection was real, that someone had arrived in their life not by coincidence, but by something more intentional and more significant than coincidence allows for. The intensity of what they feel for you has scared them a little. That is actually how you know it's real, because we are not frightened by things that don't matter. We are frightened by things that matter so much that the possibility of losing them becomes genuinely significant. And you, from very early in this connection, became genuinely significant to them in a way that no one had managed before. The promise made in another life here is where the story deepens into territory that logic alone cannot fully hold. There is a reason this connection feels familiar in a way that goes beyond what the current lifetime has provided enough time to explain. A reason why the recognition was instant. A reason why your presence produced not the excitement of something new, but the comfort of something returning, like a melody you've known your whole life finally playing after a long, quiet absence. You have known each other before. Not in this life, in a previous one, in a time and a place and a form that neither of you can consciously access, but that both of you carry traces of in the way you respond to each other. You made agreements in that previous existence. Promises of the specific, binding kind that the soul keeps even when the mind has no memory of making them. You would find each other again. You would try again against whatever odds this new life presented. You would reach each other. And here you are. This is why what they felt when they first encountered you was not simply attraction. It was recognition. The soul knowing something the mind hadn't been told yet. The ancient part of a person registering what the present moment alone could not fully explain. The connection you share is not new. It has simply resumed. What you bring that no one else has. Let's talk about no one else has. Let's talk about you for a moment, specifically about the qualities you carry that have found in the most complete and meaningful way. You know what you want, not vaguely, not in the general way that people describe preferences when asked, but specifically with a clarity and decisiveness that is genuinely unusual. You know how you want to be loved, and you know what you will not accept in place of that. You know the pace at which you want things to move, and you are not willing to be rushed or stalled to accommodate someone else's uncertainty. You know, fundamentally and without drama, what you are worth, and you act accordingly. For this person, encountering that quality in you was like finding land after a long time at sea. Because clarity is rare, not just in romantic relationships, but everywhere. In friendships, in professional life, in the general landscape of human interaction. Most people are ambivalent. Most people want multiple contradictory things simultaneously and cannot articulate which one matters most. Most people hover in the gray area between what they want and what they're willing to settle for. And the hovering, then it creates a fog that is exhausting to navigate. You are not in that fog. You never were. And this person who has spent time trying to read people whose signals conflicted, trying to build on foundations that kept shifting, found in you something stable, something clear, something that told them through every interaction and every choice you made that you were someone who could be trusted to be exactly who you presented yourself to be. That kind of trust is something this person has been hungry for without fully knowing how hungry they were. The safety of knowing you will stay there is a wound in this person's history that has never been completely addressed. A pattern of people leaving, not always dramatically, sometimes quietly, sometimes without warning, sometimes with explanations that sounded reasonable, but felt arbitrary in the way that all arbitrary departures feel arbitrary, regardless of the words used to justify them. The people who were supposed to stay didn't. And each time that happened, something in this person recalibrated its expectations, lowered them slightly, built another small layer of protection around the parts of itself that had been exposed when someone left who was supposed to stay. And then you came along carrying a quality they recognized immediately, even if they couldn't name it right away. Permanence. Not the kind that comes from obligation or from having nowhere else to go. The kind that comes from genuine decisiveness. From being someone who, when they commit to something, commits to it because they actually want to be there, and not because leaving felt like more trouble than staying. You are someone who, when you are in, is fully and completely in, not hovering near the exit, not maintaining an emotional escape route. Present, decided, reliable in the specific and irreplaceable way of someone who knows their own mind and honors their own choices. This person knows this about you. They have been observing it, and it has been quietly healing something in them that was broken by everyone who left before. The deep realization here is the insight that lives at the very center of this connection. The one that, when fully understood, makes every other piece of the story make sense. The love that finds you across lifetimes is not looking for someone perfect. It is looking for someone real. What this person feels for you is not the product of idealization. It is not the love that exists in the gap between who you are and who they imagine you to be, the kind that dissolves the moment reality, replaces fantasy. This is the love that has been built through actual observation of an actual person. They have seen your consistency. They have seen how you handle difficulty. They have seen the specific quality of your kindness in the particular moments when kindness costs something. They have seen you be who you say you are repeatedly, without the performance slipping. And they love what they have seen. All of it. Not in spite of it being real, but precisely because it is. The wish that has already come true. There is a particular kind of feeling. Quiet, internal, almost too vulnerable to acknowledge. That arrives when someone realizes they have found what they didn't know how to ask for. Not what they thought they wanted, what they actually needed. The thing that, now that they have encountered it, reveals by contrast how much of what came before was a compromise they didn't know they were making. That is where this person is. Standing in the presence of their own answered prayer, slightly overwhelmed by the fact that the answer arrived in the form of you. Specifically, exactly, entirely you. Not a version of you adjusted to match a preconceived idea of what they were looking for. The actual you, with everything that makes you who you are. They believe you are their soulmate, not casually, not as a figure of speech, with the quiet, steady certainty of someone who has stopped looking because they recognize in their whole self that the search is over and a confession is coming. The things this person has been holding in their interior, the depth of what they feel, the specific ways you have changed how they see love, and what they believe is possible for them. Those things are building toward expression. They cannot remain unexpressed indefinitely. The pressure of something this real, held in silence this long, eventually finds its way into words. How they're about to show up you. And I want you to be ready for this, are about to experience a different version of this person than you may have seen before. Not a different person. The same one, but with less held back, more intentional, more expressive, more willing to do the things that demonstrate what they feel, rather than simply feeling it privately and hoping you can sense it. They are tired of the gap between their interior experience and their external expression. They are tired of feeling this much, and showing this little. They want you to know properly, without ambiguity, what you mean to them. And they are preparing to close that gap in ways that will be unmistakable. More presence, more communication, more effort invested in the specific directions that tell you clearly and without room for misinterpretation, that you are chosen, that you are important, that they are not going anywhere. This is what it looks like when someone who has been careful their whole life decides to stop being careful and start being honest. When the fear of being too much finally loses to the fear of never having said enough. You are not like the others, and they know it. In the end, the reason for all this, the depth of feeling, the willingness to be vulnerable, the growing certainty that you are the one, comes down to something simple and specific. You are not like the people who left, and they know it. Not as a hope, not as an assumption they're making in order to feel better, as a fact they have established through direct observation of who you are and how you consistently show up. You will not disappear. You will not perform stability and then reveal instability the moment things become difficult. You will not promise one thing and deliver another. You are what you are entirely and at all times, and what you are is someone extraordinary. The ancient part of them that recognized you across lifetimes was right. The present day part of them that has been watching you with growing admiration and deepening love is right too. You are the wish they made before they knew how to make wishes. You are the answer to a question they asked before they had the language for the asking. And they are finally, fully, completely ready to tell you so.